out an unbelievable time in my life. I exit my dorm room, and to the right, there's 5 girls that live next to me that are all very sweet and look great in bikinis. And to the left, oh, there's another 5 girls that look good in bikinis. And the school happens to be 78% women. So just chances are high that tonight I'm going to have a beautiful 21-year-old chick and I'm going to be making out with her. You know what I mean? But so that was like a great magical time. And then I knew that it was just fleeting, that at some point that was going to go away. I was no longer going to be the man on the baseball field hitting absolutely mammoth home runs in batting practice, looking into the stands, winking at a girl that I'm going to no doubt see after the game at a little baseball party at the house that we would all party in after, right? Those were great times, and they were fleeting. And all of a sudden, I had to go into the real world and figure out what I was going to do for the rest of my life in order to feed myself. So that there was just a nagging anxiety inside of me that every now and then made me just want to sit in bed all day and just do nothing. You know what I mean? So So how do you feel about that?
Mine was a little bit different. It wasn't necessarily that I was having the best of times while I was there. It was more so that I was feeling so much pressure to become what other people think that I should become.
Correct. Right. And that's same.
Yeah.
Right. Keep going. No.
I did great in school without even trying. I did homework while they were collecting it and shit.
Right. That's my style. Yeah.
0.8 and shit, and people have very high expectations of me, and I don't know, it was just overwhelming pressure, along with I was already a little down before that. I wasn't fully depressed, but it just all added up over time.
Yeah, that's 100% what a lot of people are feeling in your age group, even if they're not in college per se, because people still want you to do something that isn't necessarily who you are. And the moment you kind of realize that, listen, it's your life and you're going to die one day. So you basically, you got to do what you want to do. You know what I mean? I know a guy that was fucking on a podcast and shit, and then he decided to do like a porn with this Asian chick, and
he was white though. He wasn't a black dude. And
it didn't go that well. And his mom ended up seeing it, dude. And now he's fucking living in a homeless shelter, dude. And you know what? That guy gets up every day, goes to work now.
Positive mindset.
I respect that guy a lot.
I respect him too. And look, even my cat, who's making an appearance now. Wow, what a cutie pie. Thanks, man. Yeah, I think my cat has helped me. My cat has helped me so much with my depression, bro. Because I wake up, I got something to do. I got to keep him alive, and I got to get him his workout in. He wants to play catch the meat, dude. I throw pieces of meat at him.
Catch the meat?
Dude, I throw pieces of meat at him. I'll do it right now, dude. No,
Dude,
shut the fuck
keep your
up.
pants on, Leo.
I'm not feeding him my meat,
on.
dude. I'm not fucking putting my cock out there for him. Stop it, dude.
I'm not letting him go.
Can you grab me that pouch on the floor there, that orange pouch? Thank you, Croc. Love the love. But anyway, dude, so is it the impending doom of having to be somebody who you're not? That's the same thing I was feeling. It's like I have to go into the real world and be something I'm not in order to see. Look, he's already pumped. In order to fucking appease people that shouldn't care about what they should be happy for me doing whatever I want to do. You know what I mean? Instead, I don't know. It feels like you have to live a false life forever. That's not really who you are. So
I will say that it's part of it, but there's a lot more that I really do not understand about it.
I get it, man. I think that to solve the riddle of this is not going to be easy, but I can tell you that every day you should try to just say out loud it's going to be a good day, and just try to cut back on the negative self-talk. Do you do a lot of negative self-talk?
Mentally, yeah.
Oh, that's the worst.
What do you say to yourself
you gotta do
when it's your negative self-talk? Like, what goes through your head? Like, is it you're not good enough? You don't look good enough?
I'm gay.
Bye.
No, I'm not.
Fuck you. Say Leo or Dino? Dino, right?
Oh, Dino needs some help, man.
So,
Porn app.
all right.
He doesn't admit
So,
it.
I feel like a huge beneficial tip, and the guys from Think and Grow Rich have talked about this.
Hell
and
yeah, man.
some other motivational speakers like Jim Rohn, is to externalize your paradigm. So right now you're saying you're depressed, you're thinking about it, you have all this negative self-talk, when you should try and focus on things outside of yourself, people, animals, like Leo said, you know what I mean, goals, just getting outside of your own mind. Like, just forget about, like, at the end of the day, bro, we're men. You know what I'm saying? Nobody gives a fuck about us, bro.
that's true, and we got to power through and be fucking lone warriors.
Even
Facts.
with rape as a possible thing.
Jesus
no
Christ.
one gives a shit.
No one cares.
Oh yeah, if someone got raped, yeah, if
you get
Croc
that
got raped
booty
at the
taken,
shelter,
But I'm saying I almost
Oh,
got
I
raped
would
too,
kill
and it's
myself.
like, dude,
Hey,
if you
nobody
got
cares
raped at
about
the
men.
shelter,
that's what I'm saying though. No one gives a shit about men, like Croc is saying. Keep going.
Yeah, and because of that reality, you got to be your number one advocate.
Yeah.
So you're already behind the 8 ball, you know what I mean? You're behind the curve if you're talking against yourself. So that needs to stop ASAP. Like,
Yeah.
you got to think, you got to be your number one fan, bro. You really got to be your number one fan. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah, well, and
I'm
you also
trying.
never told me give me a negative thought that goes through your head.
I mean, I've never acted or planned it, but I've had suicidal thoughts for years.
Okay, okay, so that is a very big thing to deal with, and I really apologize, and I'm more concerned
hey,
now.
man.
But just like, what's one of the more mellow things that you say about yourself that you're like,
Jesus.
It's
oh,
like, geez, dude.
things. Hey, that
Like, is there
we brought the
anything
room
other-
down. Thank you for bringing the room down, Nico. Whoa.
am I really wrong for that? Like, I mean, okay, come on. I've been driving, and I'm like, hey, what if I just fucking right turn my car and go off this fucking cliff, right? Like, we've all
Jesus Christ,
we've
dude.
all had the call of the void at some points, and it have been low on life. But I want to know, like, in seriousness, like, what do you say about yourself? Like, there has to be things where you're like, oh no, like, you know,
Nico, what do
my
you want to
ha-
hear? Jesus Christ.
I want to
think
know.
you
Okay, hey, because suicidal thoughts are the end game of all the other negative thoughts.
You're right, you're
I
right.
want to
Yeah,
know
yeah, you're
what
right.
Fine.
negative thoughts are going through his head.
Harry,
like,
Harry,
oh,
you're
can you
anonymous.
identify
You're
it?
anonymous,
like,
Harry.
that's
So
what I'm
go
saying,
for
though,
it,
But
man.
is it like, oh, I'm not like funny enough, cool? Like,
get
like
it.
what is going through your head before those suicidal thoughts come in there?
And look, you're in a safe place. You're obviously anonymous.
We obviously care, dude. That's why I'm like asking him like deeper into the question. It's like we care about
No,
all
I
you
get
guys.
yeah, I'm not trying to
But
hold
like,
back. I'm just trying to think
but
about
give me one of your like intrusive thoughts that you have had before the suicidalness. Like really, like if you can dig deep down a little bit. I don't know if this is too deep, but like personally, like what do you have that's like going on in your head that you don't think you're great enough?
I really don't know. I just haven't had motivation since this breakup, really, and now I'm like filled with emotions, and now like I was
I
completely
need some more
emotionless.
pussy then, man.
Yeah, but it has to be like what? Do you think you weren't like smart enough? I know you said that your emotions got taken over before then, which led to the breakup. But the fact is, like, what did you not think was good enough about yourself that led to it? Is what I'm trying to get, because there had to be those thoughts. Like, did you
Yeah.
not think you were attractive enough? Like, could you have worked out a little more? Could you have maybe, you know, done a couple more classes and had a little bit more of an education that got you a better job that she was thinking of? Do you not want to have kids and she does? Like,
No, it wasn't anything really like that. I mean, I just never really applied myself in college. Whenever I graduated high school, you know, I had so many good friends in high school, and I just felt like I didn't need to make new friends when I went to college. And it just became a downward spiral of me just not really having many friends. My roommate was a fucking asshole. Even though I was fucking nice as shit to him.
Been there.
I mean, yeah, Croc's been there, dude.
Been there.
Well, let me tell you something. You know, there's really nothing like the motivation that you get from a breakup. I mean, if you really use this time to better yourself, I mean, that's another thing that, of course, is in Think and Grow Rich, because it just has everything. But it literally tells you that you can become a great man with each breakup as long as you continue leveling up yourself to the next generation of who you're gonna, of what man you're gonna become, of the person that's gonna come closer to, your true self. It's hard. It takes a long time to be your true self, but you gotta. Breakups are part of it, man.
And I think you really got to focus on channeling what you're feeling.
Yep.
Because right now it's like an amorphous kind of blob of emotion. You can't put a finger on it. Like Nico's asking these questions, and it's kind of hard for you to answer. But if you can figure out how to channel what you're feeling into a goal, into action.
Yes.
Towards something.
Into action. That's great, Croc.
Take
if
some
you
fucking
understand
action, bro.
Yeah, dude, that was
You understand that? I mean, you are
Croc.
taking action.
Bro, I take action every fucking
I just
day.
hope it's not from a pill that you would take in a bottle.
Don't throw shade at him right now.
I'm already down enough, Leo.
I was
not
gonna say
throwing shade. I
you
just want
seem
him to do it
be
naturally.
doing way better than before. So come
appreciate
on.
that.
I don't
The
want to
eyes
say
have
you
cleared
seem,
up.
but
The
it's
eyes have
like-
cleared up some, so I do think you're on less drugs than the last time I saw you. which is
Definitely on
good.
less drugs, unfortunately.
Damn it.
Is he drinking?
But Leo, that's how all people who have to stay away from drugs feel about it at first, if not throughout their whole life. Like I had to, when I was a bartender, we changed our hiring process to there was this really good halfway house down the street. So all of our new hirees were ex-drug addicts, right?
Word.
So working with a lot of them, it's like they're there and they are, how can I say it? Like, they do
Keep this away from me.
They do miss the highs, but they understand that they can't. It will ruin their life, ruin their relationships. They can't ever have a future, and most of them do. A lot of them, like on the day of moving out of the halfway house, it was kind of sad. Like we'd be like, "Hey, what happened to Bailey?" And it'd be like, "Oh, you didn't hear?" And it's like, "What happened, dude?" On the move out day, everyone's like helping him clear out his bed, and they lift up his mattress, and there was just a bunch of heroin under the mattress.
Damn.
And I was like, "Dude," and again, we couldn't tell. And it also happened with some of the guys who was like, "Oh yeah, I'm good to go back to drinking or whatnot." And we're like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah, like I'll meet up with you guys." And
Oh my
then within
God.
within a 2.5 weeks, just back to heroin, like out of the place. So it is hard, but one of the few people who do make it through, they all still do, or they're like, "Oh," like I'm like, when I first meet them, I'm like, "Oh, you want a joint?" And they're like, "Dude, I wish I could have a joint. That shit's nice, but if I smoked that right now, I'll probably buy heroin in like maybe 2 hours." So
Yeah,
I
a lot of
can't,
them guys are like
unfortunately. But they're like, "Dude, like enjoy yourself. I don't care if it's around me or whatnot." But they understand it's like
Right.
their life, and they do miss the high. Like you can't deny that. Being able to, like Anthony Jeselnik is like, "Hey, sorry, I can put my fucking drink down."
For a lot of people too, drugs are medication. You know what I mean? It's not so cut and clear the way some people try to make it seem. The reality is all our bodies are different. You know what I mean? We all have different ecosystems. We all have different traumas that these medications address and whatnot. So, it's a case-by-case situation, and it's an experimentation and a process you got to go through. So I definitely hear where you're coming from, dude. But yeah, if you can channel this lack of motivation, this depressive kind of perspective you have on yourself into something else, like what do you like? Do you like anything? Are you into anything? Harry?
Yeah. I'm really into like fucking computer shit for whatever reason. That would be like I said, it's been a long time I've been like this, but for some reason, fucking around on the computer would always help me cope because I'd get stuck into some problem and I'd learn how to figure it out, and then I'd feel some sense of accomplishment. And that would be like one of the that ever feel a sense of accomplishment is when I would do that. And so I am working on going back to college. I literally just talked to my advisor like an hour and a half ago. So I'm working on that.
And see, you may actually be one of these hidden overachievers where you don't have any pleasure unless you're achieving something, but you just haven't been achieving anything. So once you start achieving stuff, you're going to get addicted to it, and you're just going to achieve. So this could actually be your superpower and what sets you apart from other people, bro.
Damn, Croc.
And
You know what I'm saying?
what Croc is also saying about achieving stuff is that it can be little things too. It doesn't have to be major. You sell $10,000 worth of whatever. It can be, you finally made your bed. You took a shower. 2 days. 2 times a day, or at least every day of the week.